All right, there has been a lot of moving and shaking. Jordan Love is interested in Oklahoma. Chandler Morris' dad just took the job at Auburn. We got to talk about it after the bumper.
Don't be cornering me. Hold up. Time. You got to help me with that corner shit.
What's up, kinfolks? RJ Young. I'm not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today, I want to talk about two quarterbacks that are in the market, we think, for Oklahoma. Now, first thing is, Dan Wetzel reports that Jordan Love is considering grad transferring to one of, three locations, right? One is Houston. D'Eriq King is obviously there, but he could be on the move. Get into that. The other, Texas Tech, with his old head coach, Matt Wells, but he's got two quarterbacks he's going to be able to choose from, and Oklahoma, who does not have a 2020 quarterback. And I'm going to get into Chandler Morris here in a second. First, Jordan Love threw for just over 3,000 yards last year under Gary Anderson. Didn't go as well as it did the year before, where he threw for a lot more yards and 32 touchdowns. This year he had 17 touchdowns versus 16 picks. He's waiting on an NFL draft grade, but if he gets a poor one, which I think he might, he'll want to come back for another year to show the NFL that he is more than capable of playing in the league. Now, would he go to Houston? That all depends on D'Eriq King, right? Because D'Eriq King has got to be looking at LSU going, hey, do y'all need a quarterback? Because I don't know that you want to go through next year with Miles Brennan run that offense. Maybe you do, but I doubt it, especially if you can get D'Eriq King, who a year ago had 50 tutties and 3,000 yards and 1,000 yards on the ground, 3,000 yards passing. So there's that. D'Eriq King is also going to be in the running at at Georgia. Perhaps, maybe he comes in there, sneaks in behind Jake Fromm, takes the job if they want to modernize the offense, which I'm not so sure that they do at Georgia, even though that's the move. And then there's Oklahoma, for which there may be some interest because, again, there's no 2020 quarterback in this class. But Chandler Morris is the only uncommitted prospect in the 2020 class at quarterback who has an offer from Lincoln Riley and is trending in that direction until Chad Morris took the vacancy at Auburn. Kenny Dillingham decided that he wanted to go to Florida State, work for Mike Norvell. That left Gus Malzahn without an offensive coordinator, which is basically a glorified strategist. So he goes, he reaches out, he talks to Chad Morris, former Arkansas Razorbacks head coach. Now, this is interesting because Chandler Morris was committed to play for his dad at Arkansas. When his dad got fired, he naturally reopened his recruitment. And he has serious interest from three schools that do not have a quarterback in their class: Boise State, Virginia Tech, and Oklahoma. So you can see how Oklahoma is the better choice of these three on tradition, class, quarterback development, all the things that you know about. However, I think that Chandler Morris goes to Auburn, man. Why? One, because he's a better quarterback right now than Bo Nix is, even as Gus Malzahn seems to want to build everything around Bo Nix and told Jamie Erdahl at the Iron Bowl that Bo Nix is going to win a lot of championships here, and he has an opportunity to win 10 games as a true freshman quarterback. However, Chad Morris, great recruiter, outstanding offensive mind. You know what he did over at Clemson with Deshaun Watson and them. You also know that he's probably recruiting at home. And Chandler, who's already said that he wanted to play for his dad once, why wouldn't he want to play for his dad again and in the SEC West and running an offense that he grew up running and his dad knows better than almost anything else? And we all know how we feel about these sons of coaches playing quarterback. Now, add to this, backup quarterback at Auburn was Joey Gatewood. Joey Gatewood has decided to go in the transfer portal. He came out at Kentucky, where he's going to play quarterback for Mark Stoops, who is in dire need of a quarterback because he ended up playing his best wide receiver in Lynn Bowden at quarterback to finish the season, which is not an easy task in the SEC East, right? So you could show up to Auburn as their second quarterback in this class and probably compete with Bo Nix and have a good chance at winning it or being first up if something happens to Bo Nix. And as much as Gus Malzahn wants to run his quarterbacks, I would not be surprised to find out that Bo Nix gets nicked up. And then you got to put the true freshman in, who, by the way, can play. I'll add to this. Chandler Morris was a finalist for the Talon Landry Award, which is given to the most outstanding player in North Texas at Highland Park as a 4-star blue chip guy who's going to go to Elite 11 over the summer. This dude ends up passing for 2,800 yards, 33 touchdowns, and completes 70% of his passes en route to a Texas 5A district title. Chandler Morris can play. The knock on him is that he's slight and that he's short. He's like 5'10", 175, but he'll grow. I mean, Kyler Murray needed to grow, and he's 5'10", as a lot of people wanted to tell us during his draft lead up. Still went number 1 overall. So I'll be interested to see what wins out. Pedigree at Oklahoma or playing for dad, right? In the SEC West, where you get to play Bama, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Georgia, whatever, Florida. We'll get into LSU. Goodness me. However, he comes to Oklahoma. He joins a quarterback room that would have Tanner Mordecai and Spencer Rattler. To say nothing of Brock Vandagriff committing in the 2021 class, so he'd be sandwiched between essentially Rattler and, yes, of course, the man, Brock Vandagriff. So would you want to lose 3 years to Rattler and 2 to Vandagriff? Depends. How good do you think you are? If you want to come to Oklahoma and compete, I understand that. If you want to go play for your dad, I would more than understand that. Because if you grow up in a football family, you play quarterback, there are few things in life that are more enticing than being able to play for your dad and possibly win a national championship. All right, that's it for me. Doses.